Welcome, class. Welcome to South Bay University. My name is DeAndre Samuelson. Today, my colleagues, we're going to teach you the next step in our lesson plan in catching and throwing. Here are some of the items you'll need. You'll need a catchable object, some from a ball or even a sock that you can ball up. You will also need a partner, so you can pass it and catch the ball from. You will also need a wall or a flat surface that you can use as a target to aim to throw the ball at. You also need pencil, pen to record these actions. Now I'm gonna take a few minutes to pause and to give you a chance to collect your items. All right, class, now let's get to our instant activity.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm Mr. Ridgely from Salisbury University, and today I want to share a few things on what we're going to be working on. Our objective for our instant activity today will be while in your self space, students will be able to drop a ball and catch it before it bounces twice. Some of the key points you want to focus on will be when dropping the ball, keep your eye on it as it bounces. You want to keep making sure that you're looking at it. Catch the ball with both of your hands. And when dropping and catching the ball, use the cues of bounce, reach, and squeeze. We're going to be using a lot of those cues throughout the rest of the activities, and we're just going to hop right into our instant activity. So when the timer reaches its point, we're going to start. Remember, you're going to bounce, reach, and squeeze for this first part. 10 seconds, and then we'll get started. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. All right, so you want to bounce, reach, and squeeze. Bring that ball to your body. Good job. And for this next part, I want you to bounce the ball really high as you're allowed to, whether you're indoors or outdoors. Make sure you keep your eye on the ball. We're going to bounce, reach, and squeeze. Keep that ball up high. See how high you can get it. Make sure you maintain control, though. Don't be bouncing the ball everywhere. You want to be able to catch it. That's the whole goal of this. Remember to give it a big old hug when it comes back down. Nice job. Keep it going for 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're going to bounce the ball low. Try to keep it as low to the ground, but remember, we only want to bounce the ball once. Don't let it bounce twice. You want to bounce it once on the ground, but we're going to keep the ball low at a low level. This is going to be harder. Make sure we're not letting it bounce twice. Still, we're going to bounce, reach, and squeeze. Make sure you keep that ball close to your body so you can hold onto it tight. All right, 20 more seconds. All right, here's where it gets fun. We're going to now bounce the ball, and we're going to see how many times you can clap your hands before you catch it again. Don't let that ball bounce twice, but we're going to clap our hands in between the bounces. See how many claps you can get before you catch it again. It's definitely getting a lot harder. Y'all are doing great. Remember those cues of bounce, reach, and squeeze. We're not going to forget those. They're going to help us all day. Okay, and now for this last minute, I want you to spin in between each bounce. You're going to try to spin around and catch the ball, but remember, you're going to reach out, squeeze it, and bring it into your body. It might get a little dizzy, so don't fall over. Great work. Keep it going. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold on to your balls. I want you to hold it in your hands and wait for me. All right, so now that we've done our bouncing instant activity, I wanted to talk to you a little bit, and I want to make sure that you all know the cues. So what were the cues that we were using? That's right, we were using bounce, reach, and squeeze. You want to remember those so that we can move on to the next activity. And next we got what we are learning today. And so some things that we're going to cover is we're going to catch a large ball tossed by a skilled thrower. And that's just one of our activities that will be coming later. Catching is a really, really important skill because it's necessary for a lot of sports like football, baseball, basketball, handball, you name it, you probably need it. All right, and so next we got our health-related fitness activity. So for this activity, what you're going to do is you're going to be twisting your body. So I want you to have that ball that you're holding on to in your hands. You're going to sit down on your bottom and put your legs on the ground. If you want to make this a little harder, you can lift up your feet and try to balance. It's a little tough. But for now, we're going to just be in a seated position and we're going to twist our body. So for this first part, what you're going to do is you're going to be performing our cues of the reach, grab, hug, and twist. You're going to be doing that on each repetition. So each time you're going to go back and forth, reaching to either side, try to touch the ground when you do this. All right, so for the first little bit, we're going to start in 30 seconds. So take a little breather after all those bouncing, all that craziness. All those twists probably got you a little dizzy. All right. In 15 seconds, we're going to start. So make sure you have your bottoms on the ready. We're going to start on our left side. And you're going to have the ball on the ground. And we're going to start with that reach cue. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to grab, hug, twist, and keep it going. You can follow the GIFs on the on the slide, and you can follow with them. If you want to go faster, you can go for it. It's going to get really hard after a while, so you want to make sure you're taking your time. We'll do a minute on, and then we'll take a minute break, and we'll continue that for 5 minutes. Good work. Keep it going. You got 20 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. You can stop. Stay seated. Keep your ball on your lap. And I'm just going to talk to you for a little. We're going to take a break because that was probably really hard. Was it easy for some of you? Was it hard for some of you? I want you to put your hand on your head if it was hard, and I want you to put your hands on your knees if it was easy. All right. And so if it was a little easy for you, you can try lifting up your feet. If it's a little harder that way, you can keep it as is. If you want it to be even harder, you can also go faster. The faster you do this exercise, the more exercise you're going to get. But you want to remember to do our cues. Those cues are reach, grab, hug, and twist. Remember to keep on doing that through this whole activity. So we got about 15 more seconds until we're going to start up again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember to move faster if it was too easy last time, or you can even go slower this time. It doesn't matter. As long as you're moving, you're grooving. Good work. Keep in mind those cues. We got the reach, grab, hug, and twist. We're going to be using a lot of those today. Keep up the good work. Ten more seconds. And you can stop. We're going to take another minute break. Catch your breath for a little bit. And so one of the questions I have for you is, why do you want to hug the ball when catching it? How does that help you? Well, I know it helps me when I catch the ball with my hands. If I bring it to my body, I can do whatever I want with it. I have control over the ball. But if I catch it out here, it's all the way out here. My hands could drop it. But when I trap it against my body, I have perfect control over it. And that's exactly what we're going to be working into our catching related activities later. So keep that in mind. We want to give big hugs today. All right, 15 more minutes or 15 more seconds to catch your breath. And then we're going to get started with our last little bit of this exercise. Remember to speed it up if you like it and you want to do a little bit more, and slow it down if it's getting a little too tiring for you. Get ready and go. Great job, great job. Keep it going. This is the last time we got to do this exercise. Got a lot of twisting going on. Ten more seconds, you can do it. All right, and you can stop. All right, I want you to sit on your bottom and listen to me for a little bit. Where do you feel sore? Where are you tired? Where in your body? Can you point to your body on where you're tired? Yeah, it's probably in your stomach area. We call those your core muscles or your abdominal muscles for the big words. Those are the muscles that can help you twist like we were just doing. They help you stand up. They help you dance. They pretty much help you do everything. Whenever you're doing anything throughout your day, you're using your core muscles. And that's why we love to work them and make them stronger, because we use them all the time. All right, and you know what? Now we can get started on our first activity.
All right, good morning, students. So my name is Mr. Gantz. I'm going to be walking you through the first activity we're going to be doing. So going along with Mr. Wrigley, we're going to keep it with the catching theme. So today, the first activity we're doing is Carnival Catch. So what we're going to do is you're going to need a partner, so a parent, and you're going to stand a good distance away from them, about 5 to 6 feet or so. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be practicing catching the ball using the same cues of reach, grab, and hug. Okay. So this is the carnival game. What we're going to be doing is every time you catch the ball, you're going to get, if you get 5 catches in a row, you get one of these little stuffed animals here, just to make it a little fun. So we're going to go to the next slide and we're going to show you what it looks like. So here on the left is myself and another student performing the activity. So you can see that we're focusing on the cues of reach, grab, and hug. So every time we toss the ball, we're reaching our hands out, and then you see us grabbing the ball with both of our hands and then hugging it, just like you do to your parents every single day you see them. So here we go. We're going to start up in 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're reaching those hands out, guys. Doing an awesome job, students. In about 30 more seconds, we're going to give you another task progression to make it a little bit harder for you. All right, students, I'm going to have you stop, look, and listen to me. Keep that ball between your hands. So now what we're going to do, we're going to have you back up a couple feet if you're doing really well. You're going to try to keep tossing it and catching the ball only from a farther distance. If you're not doing so great, then it's okay. You can scoot a little bit closer to your partner, and we're going to continue to do the drill. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to relax, and then we're going to start it back up again. 3, 2, 1, begin. Sure, everyone's doing a great job and making sure they're getting those carnival toys. Fifteen more seconds, students. All right, I'm going to have you stop, look, and listen. Keep the ball at your feet now. And for this one, we're going to try to have, once your partner throws you the ball, we're going to try to have you clap and then catch the ball, okay? This is just to make it a little bit harder. It's a little modification. You don't have to do it if you're struggling. Just try to continue to focus on those cues of reach, grab, and hug, okay? So we're going to give 5 seconds and we're going to start back up. Ready, set, begin. Doing great, students. The timer is a little bit off, so we're going to give you 30 extra seconds to perform. So keep going, and I'll tell you when to stop. Fifteen more seconds, students. Try to get as many catches in as you can. Five, four, three, two, one. Great job, students. Now I'm going to pass it off to one of my fellow teachers, and we're going to move on to activity number 2.
Good morning, class. I'm Mr. Granger from Salisbury University, and for activity 2, we're still going to be using Carnival Catch. And after you get 7 catches in a row, you'll receive a prize with those glasses with the nose right there. So in activity 2, students are going to throw the ball off the wall, and you're going to catch it using the same cues of reach, grab, and hug. So whenever you're ready, you can start the activity of throwing the ball off the wall. And that right there, those GIFs are how you should be throwing the ball off the wall. And in this activity, you're going to be throwing the ball off the wall and catching it however you feel comfortable. So you're going to be doing that for a minute. All right, students, remember to be using the cues of reach, grab, and hug. All right, students, now I want you to stop, listen, and look at me. And I would like you to keep your balls in your hand that you're catching with. And I would like us to progress to throwing the ball off the wall at a high level and catching it then. So now we may begin. Now notice when you catch the ball at a high level, your hands have to be up like this so you can catch it. Everybody's doing a great job. All right, students, I would like you to stop, listen, and look again, and we'll be progressing to throwing the ball at a low level. If you are having trouble, you can still throw the ball at any level that you feel comfortable, but if you want to move on, you can throw the ball at a low level. Now we may begin. About 20 more seconds. All right, students, I would like you to stop and hold your equipment. And now we will be progressing to throwing the ball at a high level again, but I want you to clap in between after you throw the ball off the wall and catch it before the ball bounces. You can start whenever you're ready. Everyone's doing a great job. And what are the cues that you guys are using for catching? That's right. The cues are reach, grab, and hug. Okay, students, now we will stop, hold our equipment, and I'll be passing you along to our next activity.
Hi class, how's everyone doing today? Great. I'm Mr. Welch from Salisbury University, and I will be teaching you guys how to do activity number 3. You guys will get a ball and choose a wall and throw it off the wall and catch it using the same cues, which are reach, grab, and hug. Students should throw the ball off the wall and catch it after 2 bounces. Then, progressing after that, catch the ball after only 1 bounce. The purpose of this activity is to work on your hand-eye coordination. As you can see on the left, Mr. Granger is demonstrating the activity. He's throwing the ball off the wall, letting it bounce 2 times. Before we start, I want to remind you guys of the cues, which are reach, grab, and hug. When I say go, I want you guys to demonstrate what Mr. Granger is doing on the left. Ready, set, go. Very nice work. Make sure you guys are focusing on those cues, reaching, grabbing, and hugging. All right, guys, about 10 more seconds, and then I'm going to stop you. 3, 2, 1. Very good. As you can see on the bottom slide here on the left that Mr. Granger is demonstrating, he's only letting the ball bounce 1 time. So when I say go, I want you guys to practice letting the ball bounce 1 time before catching it. Ready, set, go. If you guys are having trouble with that, it's okay to still let the ball bounce 2 times. Nice work, everybody. About 10 more seconds, and I'm going to stop you guys again. 3, 2, 1. All right. If you all are feeling like it's too hard, you can throw the ball higher or move further from the wall. I'm going to let you all practice that. Ready, set, go. Okay, I'm going to stop you all one last time. In 3, 2, 1. If you all are feeling like this is too easy, you can throw the ball lower and move closer to the wall. Ready, set, go. All righty, about 10 more seconds. So we're gonna stop in 3, 2, 1. All right, very nice job. And before I let you guys go, I want to remind you guys of the cues, which are reach, grab, and hug.
All right, students, it's Mr. Gann again. So now we are going to go do a little review of our lesson. So it's basically assessment time. So most of the parents should have a copy of this sheet right here. What we're going to do is we're going to revert back to activity 1, where we were just standing close to our partner. And the partner was tossing us the ball and we were going to catch it. We're going to do that 10 times, okay? So each time, keep in mind the cues, reach, grab, and hug. And every time the parent throws the ball, we are either going to mark if you caught it or if you dropped it. It's okay if you dropped it. Just make sure you focus on the cues and try to get the next one, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple minutes right now to go do that, and then I'm going to ask some questions at the end just to review the entire lesson. All right, we're going to give you about 30 more seconds to finish up your review. Looks like everybody's doing a great job. Keep it up, everyone. All right, good job, everybody. If you're not finished your assessment, you can just go ahead and pause the video right now and finish it up, and then come back and hit play whenever you're done. So now we're going to do a couple of review questions. The first question I have for you guys is, what sport is the skill of catching used in? All right, so if I heard football, baseball, basketball, uh, kickball, practically any of those sports, then you guys are correct. You did a great job on that. Remember that from the beginning of the lesson. Catching is used in almost every sport, um, especially all the big ones that you see on TV, just like basketball and football and baseball. You see it all the time, okay? It's one of the fundamental skills used. My second question I have for you guys is, what were the cues or the way to remember how to catch? We said it probably 100 times today. Correct. Good job, guys. The cues were reach, grab, and hug. My last question I have for you guys is, what muscles were we working on doing our health-related fitness slide? Correct. It was your core muscles. We did those. Remember, we were doing the Russian twist when we would tap from side to side? Exactly. Those were working on your stomach muscles or your core muscles. We did a great job today, everybody. So now I'm going to pass off to one of my fellow teachers, and they're going to go over what we're doing next week. Thanks, guys.
Hello, class. Mr. Granger back again. So for next class, we're going to work on dribbling. And our goal for you guys is to be able to dribble the ball with one hand, attempting second contact. So what you guys will need will be any ball that will bounce. So for example, you can use a basketball, or you can use a soccer ball, even a volleyball. And students are going to work on dribbling with their hand, and they're also going to work on dribbling with their non-dominant hand. So also you're going to need a paper and pencil so that your parents can give you a self-evaluation on your skill progression. And that's all I have for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, pre-K and kindergarten students. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a good one.